Welcome back, everyone, to the Conservative Viewpoint. I am Charlie, the Country Conservative, and I am so glad to be back in the studio with all of you guys tonight. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I had a busy one, to find out some stuff that I didn't want to know, but I guess it is reality, and I'm not happy about it. But taking a bit of time off is exactly what I needed to recharge. But let me tell you what, even while I was sitting back and trying to get stuff done, working on my bathroom, I couldn't take my eyes off the news. My phone was blowing up, and frankly, what I saw happening to our country while I was away made my blood boil. Well, while we were out there enjoying our families, the radical left has been back at it again, working overtime to undermine the very fabric of our republic. We are coming at you live tonight with a massive weekend wrap up because there's a lot to catch up on, guys. First up, we have to talk about the SAVE Act, the Save America Voter Eligibility Act. It is the common sense solution to ensure that only American citizens are deciding American elections. You think that would be a no-brainer, right, guys? But no. As we speak, the Democrats are throwing every roadblock they can find in the way. They're claiming it was defranchised people. It's racist. That's the perfect word for these Democrats. Racist. Everything's racist. Give me a fucking break. Since when is asking for proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections a burden? It's called election integrity. And the fact that they are fighting so hard tells you exactly what their end game is. Fixing the elections. And that leads us right up to the heart of the matter. Why are they so obsessed with protecting illegal criminals over law-abiding American citizens? We have seen the reports over the weekend. While the national debt has soared past $37 trillion because of these Democrats, the left is more concerned with providing cover for those who broke our laws to get in here than they are the safety of our neighborhoods and the value of our dollar. They are fighting for the interests of people who shouldn't even be here, while the hardworking Americans are left holding the bag. And why? Because of votes. That's all it's about, folks. We've got the latest updates of the looming Department of Homeland Security shutdown, the truth about the non-citizen voting myth. The media is trying to make the spin saying they aren't voting. They most definitely are. Now, look, we're looking at how the Democrats are trying to nationalize our elections to keep their grip on power. It's a lot to get through, guys, but that's why we're here, to give you the truth, the conservative perspective, and the inspiration to keep fighting for a country that we love. I got all this and so much more coming your way right now. This is the Conservative Viewpoint, and the show begins now. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. It's great to be back here, guys, on the air with you guys tonight. I missed you. Did not get what I planned done. A lot of stuff got in the way of my remodel. A lot of bad news that I got. One of my friends could be passed. I don't want to say it, but dead, died, dead, if they unplugged him. They were supposed to take him off life support today. I'm not sure if they did. He was one of my best friends growing up. He did watch the show. He loved the show. And I had to get the bad news from his son. I think it was Saturday he called me. And I couldn't get up to the hospital where he was at. I didn't want to see him like that anyways. And unfortunately, they said they were supposed to pull the plug today. I did not get a call from his sisters or anything telling me that they did or not, but bad news. And it's part of life, but it sucks. That's for sure. And I've got another one hanging on. And with cancer, no difference. But it actually sucks, but what do we got to do, right? But hey, guys, welcome to the show. Don't want to bring you down too much. We got enough in the news that's bringing us down enough. But I'm glad to see you guys. It's awesome to see everyone here tonight. So let's give some shout outs because we got a lot to go over, guys. We're going to start off with, we got Facebook over here. Let me check and see, make sure if anybody's in Facebook yet. I can't see anything, but we're going to get to it here shortly. But we got Facebook, we got YouTube, and we do got Sean over there, I hope. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. We also got, who we got here? We got Twitch, we got X, and I know we've got Dodge Dot over there at X. I did see him there a little bit ago. Yes, sir, Bob. There he is. What's up, Dodge? What's happening, man? And we've got Rumble over here. Yes, we do. And we also got the Getter Gang over here. Let's go over to the other computer and find out who we got topping us off tonight. Who we got? Radical Right, Sean Justice. Welcome, man. Nice to see you. You beat me in here, huh? Texas John, what's going on? Shell. Hi, Shell. I am glad to be back. But you get discombobulated being off this whole time that I was off. It's like, holy shit, I forgot a lot of stuff and had to run through while I was watching Vic's show and stuff. And she had a great show too, guys. But it was crazy, I'm telling you what. But welcome. Conrad, what's happening, man? Cecil, 1776, what's going on? Mr. Joe Public, what's happening, man? Welcome back. Thank you, man. Let's keep going down through there. I see Cecil and Texas John right there. Let's keep going down through here. All right, guys. Welcome. One Dover's in there somewhere, too. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Let's shoot on over here to Rumble. We've got Texas John starting us off over here, too. We got Hicks from the Sticks right there. He is. And we got Colin from Scotland. Welcome, Colin. What else we got down here? We got Hicks, we got Colin, and everybody. We got Texas Tammy here. There she is. And we got Fixer. What happened in Fix? Guys, welcome to the show. I'm glad to see you guys. Got a lot going on tonight, guys. I'm telling you what. As I was off, like I said in my opening monologue, I could not help myself, but I have saved some of these articles from the past week. So it's more like a week and a half wrap up instead of just a weekend wrap up, but we're going to get through these because it's very important. I think they're important. That I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. The biggest thing that we have this weekend, and it's still going on right now, is the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Things just don't seem straightforward as they're making them out to be. To me, today was the second deadline on the supposed ransom letter that they've had. So that went through. They're giving these heartfelt messages about returning it. Why pick this woman? Yes, okay, her daughter is an MSNBC News Now, whatever the hell it is. Thing. Why pick this poor lady? 84 years old. She doesn't need to be that. Heart problem, everything. Stuff just doesn't seem right. But guess what? We are going to leave it the way it is. We're going to watch what happens and see what happens with the outcome. That's funny right there, Sean. Just some stuff just doesn't feel right to me. I'm not going to get into it because of this going on. Today was a deadline. It was supposed to be, I think, 5:30 was another deadline to pay. I think they wanted $3 million. I cannot remember now, but that's why I'm not getting into it. Thank you, Tammy. I've had this for a while and haven't worn it, so I thought I'd throw it on. The rest of my hoodies were dirty, except for one. And so I got to wash tomorrow. I didn't get a chance. I had to go today. I worked out real quick. Had to go today to deal with an old neighbor of mine that is now in a rest home. I had to go deal with that for 4 hours. He had to go to a neuropsych appointment to determine his cognitive functions, which he failed. So now my father-in-law is his power of attorney. He's got dementia. He's got psychosis. What I did not know is he has 2 people living inside of him. You heard me right. Inside of him. I did not know this. It keeps him from breathing. I found this out today. So I dealt with that for about 4 hours today and trying to get everything done. It was not a great day, but I'm here. We're going to get busy because we got a lot to go over. So we're going to keep watching the Guthrie kidnapping. We'll see what happens. A lot of stuff with that, guys, but we're not going to get into it. But we're going to start off things right now with the SAVE Act. Now, let me find out what I've got here. I've had stuff in here. But this week, they are supposed to vote on the SAVE Act, which every ounce of the dumb Democrats, idiots, are pushing to stop this. You know, we give IDs for alcohol, for cigarettes, for freaking cough medicine. But these dumb son of a bitches want to stop you from showing an ID to vote in our elections. And that is a problem, a very big problem. Now, Senator Mullins and Newsmax said voter ID is not racist, protects elections. And that is a fact. I just love listening to these dumbass people sit there and say, let me get to my videos here real quick. Something I said I'm not going to do, but I'm doing it anyways. And one people, and I know we're going to show it right now before she gets in here or thing. But we've got Dan Bongino talking about these dumbass Democrats. And yes, Tammy, I'm telling you. And what they are afraid of. Take a listen.
They are terrified that given his record of success and a secure election system, the left-wingers in the media are terrified they may never win an election again. That's why you're seeing the hysteria. The anti-MAGA crowd kind of staying away from this stuff. I think everybody's pretty much aligned with the SAVE Act. Even a lot of Democrats are aligned with the SAVE Act. So, of course, asking voters to actually present an ID and codifying it into law is definitely racist, guys, because Chuck Schumer said so. This is Jim Crow. This is like a poll tax, man.
If you can't find a birth certificate or a proper ID, you'll be discriminated against. This is vicious and nasty. And I said to our Republican colleagues, it will not pass the Senate. You will not get a single Democratic vote in the Senate. We're not reviving Jim Crow all over the country. And when the American people hear what exactly it is doing and what its intent is doing, they're going to be against it as well.
How many times are we going to go down this road with these hacks and goons in the media and on the Democrat side? How is it racist to ask people to produce an ID? That's what he's implying, correct? Using a Jim Crow analogy. So white people have no problem getting an ID, finding a birth certificate, a driver's license, a non-driver's license ID. White people have no problem doing that, but black people can't figure it out. Folks, I'm just trying to read this.
No, he's exactly right. But this is what I've seen constantly and watching the interviews and the Jim Crow thing that this dumb sumbitch Schumer was pushing for. Now, if you guys don't remember the Jim Crow thing, but in U.S. history, any of the laws that enforced racial segregation in the South between the end of Reconstruction in 1877 and the beginning of civil rights movement in the 1950s. Jim Crow was the name of the minstrel routine performed beginning in 1828 by its author, Thomas Dartmouth, and by many imitators, including Joseph Jefferson. The term came to a derogatory epithet for African Americans and designation for their segregated life. Now, this is any law that was enforced for that. This is what he's trying to push. It's not a fact. This has nothing to do with this. And I watched tons of videos, which I did not get. And they went out and they asked all these black people, do you have a driver's license? Yes. Do you know anybody that can't get a driver's license? No. I said, they asked, do you know where the DMV is? And this was in New York. Every damn one of them said, we all have a license. I don't know anybody that doesn't. And yes, the DMV is right down here or whatever street it was. And this is the problem. But you got all these Democrats sitting there calling them stupid. Not only, you got that bucktooth bitch in Hochul in New York saying the poor Brooklyn kids don't even know what a freaking laptop is. Oh, yeah. The black kids in Brooklyn. They don't even know what a tablet is or a computer. Oh, yeah, laptop. Oh, yeah. Just like Kamala Harris did. And that's no different. How can they sit there and vote for a Democrat, which calls them stupid, and say, oh, I'll let you see it for yourself. Here's Kamala Harris herself telling you why they can't get an ID.
Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support?
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean. Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't, there's no Kinko's. There's no Office Max near them. People have to understand that when we're talking about voter ID laws, be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are. Of course, people have to prove who they are, but not in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
She said it herself right there. The dumb bitch said it herself. What are you photocopying? Where do you have to take this to? You got to bring it with you to your election polls. You got to show your ID and say, this is me. Is that me on that book right there? And your signature's got to match. How fucking stupid do these people have to be? It's not difficult to get a driver's license for anyone. And I don't know a person that doesn't have a driver's license. Plus, almost every state will give you a free ID as long as you ask for it. This is what we're dealing with now with all this bullshit. It's not like Popeye's Chicken is asking for an ID. Yeah, Kamala Harris probably has to do that. Rock! What up, Rock? Yes, exactly. Rock said it right here. America is one of the only countries that don't need an ID to vote. This is why the Democrats are doing this. How many times have we talked about this? About all that stuff. This is what the Democrats are trying to do. This is why they're fighting so hard for these illegal criminals. It's as simple as that. And it's never going to stop until we stop them. Censorship. Good one there. Impossible for an asshole to get an ID. Yeah, and every damn one of them Democrats are assholes. But this is what we're dealing with. And I mean, I watched so many of these things, especially Saturday, Sunday, but I have not gotten no work done. I don't even have pictures of my work yet, but I will show you pictures of the remodel. I got day 1 through 5. I ain't done. Not even close to being done yet, guys. Tomorrow's going to be almost 60 degrees here. I got to clean my chicken coop out. I got so much stuff to do. And my workout, that don't go anywhere. I got to do my workout. Then I'm going to go do the chicken coop. Then I might get to some painting. But I still have to rip the whole sink out, the walls out. I got to fix some holes in the walls, rip my laundry out. Oh, it's crazy. I need a month to get all this stuff done. That's crazy, right? All right, let's keep going because we got a lot of stuff to go over here. Texas is suing the Muslim Brotherhood to stop operations in the Lone Star State. Muslims gone, period. Because we got some of that Mundummy here coming up here shortly. Along with, oh, man, Virginia's a mess. Vic showed some of that stuff. There's a lot going on, guys. We got to get walking. But, of course, Texas is doing their thing and trying to stop it. They need to get it done. Let's get it done. Yeah, censorship is getting worse every day. You got that right, Conrad. And it's not coming from just one place. It's coming from everywhere. Pass the SAVE Act. If not, we need to fire those who voted against it. Exactly. And you heard Schumer himself. They're not going to get one vote to pass the SAVE Act in the Senate. We got to make sure every damn Republican in that Senate votes for this shit and get it done. These Democrats are trying to ruin this country and continue to do it no matter what. Give them the citizenship if they vote Republican. See how fast Democrats deport them. Exactly, Rock. Rock said that right there. You give them citizenship to vote Republican, they'll be shipping their ass out no matter what. Got that right. All right, let's keep going. What else we got here? Appeals court sides with Trump administration with the mass detention ruling. Yes, they are allowed to detain them all now. So things are coming away, but everything that the Democrats are doing are just a stall tactic, which they know is eventually it's going to go in our favor because everything that Trump's doing is within the law. No one is fucking pressed in America but white people. Got that right, Vic. Finally, Vixen 29 just popped up over here and get her, guys. She put on a great show tonight, guys. I was silent through most of it. I had to get my stuff caught up. I didn't even realize I didn't get everything caught up till I got on her, guys. Check it in. Type it in. Violent Vixen 29. Check out Rebel Chick with a Cause, guys. She's on 7 to 9 right before me. Continuing on, we got Anti-ICE Digital Minutemen use military-grade surveillance tactics against the feds. This is just not your basic piece of shit liberal out there going up against them guys. They've got training. You're being used against our ICE members. This is getting serious too. Another thing that the Democrats are fighting for. White saviors uses the whistles cause bitter internal rift inside anti-ICE movement. Even these illegal immigrant criminals are telling these idiot white people to stop blowing their whistles when they see ICE, because that tells ICE there's people close to them in the area. They don't want that kind of hassle. I'm extra fucking salty sauce, saltine cracker. No kidding, Vic. You couldn't hide it from me, huh? All right, let's keep going. Yeah, these dumbasses got those whistles, and they think when they see it, they blow the whistle. That's going to give time for these criminals to blow out, right? They need to be arrested for aiding and abetting. Right there, simple as that. Now, the fix is in Minnesota, where anti-ICE federal judge leaves his lane to side with the mob. He's siding with criminals. This has got to stop. These rogue judges, these activist judges need to be something dealt with, and they need to do it now. But our Republicans are working like freaking, what do you call them? Slow as, whatever the hell the slowest thing is, like a snail. This is how they work. They're not getting anything done. It's as simple as that. And they need to get something done with these guys. This is not justice. Lady Liberty is not blind with these people. They think they can make up the rules as they go. They can't. My judge says that she will not halt the immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota as the lawsuit proceeds. Democrats are wasting more money, more taxpayer money on frivolous lawsuits that they know is going to go nowhere. Just another stall tactic is what they're doing. Yes, it's annoying. And guess what? They blow that shit in people's ears. That's assault. And you can get them arrested for that. Anybody that has to deal with that, they blow those whistles that can give you permanent ear damage, hearing damage. Like, I've already got enough hearing problems. I'm blasting somebody. You put that in my ear, in my face, and you blow a whistle like that, like the whistles that I sent out to most of you guys, that can cause hearing problems. I will blast somebody in a heartbeat. You blow that shit in my ears. Simple as that. I'm not beating around the bush with it. It's as straight up simple as that. All right, we got McDummy here. Get this. Knife-wielding man in recent NYPD shooting needs mental health treatment, not criminal prosecution. This guy's trying to kill people, but this dumb son of a bitch that's never held a job in his life, except guess what? You haven't heard it yet? He was a rapper. Oh my God. I'm not lying. Did you guys hear about that? Oh yeah. McDummy was a rapper. I'm going to try to find the thing and show it to you guys. I did not do it. Shove those whistles up their asses. Exactly, Fix. Take that son of a bitch. Bam. But you know what? They might like that, Fix. They are liberals, so they might like that. So, all right. Yes. So this is McDummy's plan to deal with criminals. Guy wielding a knife, trying to kill people. Oh, we're going to give him mental health treatment, not prison. Which I told you guys before, the prison that I used to work at is now a mental prison. They took most of our people out. The lifers, I know they took out, and they are not lifers. The death row inmates they took out and sent them somewhere else. But most of the people that are in our prisons right now are mentally ill. And it's bad. I'm telling you what. This is what McDummy's doing. Oh, we're not done yet. Get this. McDummy releases illegal alien criminal charged with rape and strangulation. Oh, I'm not lying to you. But the ICE agent said that they ensure that he doesn't get too far. But this is what this dummy's doing in New York. He's letting more criminals out. Why? Because he's a lying ass Muslim, like I've told you in the past, that this is what they do. This piece of shit is letting killers out on the street, rapists out on the streets, so they don't get picked up by ICE. This is how much patheticness is going on since I was off for that week. It's so bad, guys. I don't even know where to go with that. Pat, hi, Pat. Pat is here, guys. I saw Pat. There she is. Hi, Pat. All right. Get this one. We got fat bastard out of New Jersey, Chris Christie. He slams McDummy. Yeah, I'm telling you what. He slams McDummy over handling of New York City snowstorm and garbage piled up everywhere. I saw a couple. Goat ass is the best rap. Good one, Sean. I saw the garbage that this guy was doing. I can't remember what podcast it was on, but he got in there and the thing was 6 foot high because they were saying that they couldn't get to the garbage because of the snow. This dumb son of a bitch cannot run anything. How you never had a job in your life, how you expect to run a city? You're a Muslim jihadist trying to run one of the biggest cities in our country. And the dumb son of a bitch can't handle a snow removal and garbage pickup. Exactly, Hicks. What do you expect when you elect a muskrat? Simple as that. He's right. But I was shocked that fat bastard Christie would actually even say anything. But he did. Well, we're not done here. And I didn't see Gregory on here tonight, but this one's for Gregory. Got a trucker accused of killing 4 Amish men. And DHS claims that he is an illegal criminal. Another one. And guess what? His driver's license came out of Pennsylvania. Oh, yeah, the dumbass Shapiro and the DMV gives this guy a non-domicile CDL. When did he get it? And in 2025, he just received it. What is it? January, February, April, May, June, July. July of 2025, he just got his driver's license. A Class A non-domicile CDL. Now, isn't that right? This is why we need Shapiro out of here. And Cameron Bartolala DeWeese out of here. All Democrats, no matter what her paperwork says, it says she's a Democrat or she's a Republican. She is not. People need to wake up and see the facts on this. She is not a Republican. She is a Democrat. And allowing this kind of shit to happen. We need to get that. That's why these local elections, like the state elections and stuff, are so important, guys. We cannot sit on our asses at home while these elections roll by. Every election, you got to get out there. You got to vote Republican. We got to keep these dumbass Democrats the hell out of office. This is what's happening. Americans are being killed because of these Democrats. What else we got here? Here we go. DOT is cracking down, pulls hundreds of English illiterate, illegal criminal truckers off our roads as more crashes mount. It's not going to stop. State police said he was involved in Butler. That's not far from me, radical right. This is what's going on. Anytime I post a video on Wimpkin about Bibby, they won't go through either. There's a lot of stuff not going through on Wimpkin by the Vic. But yes, these truckers, they're finally pulled out. What do they got here? Operation Safe Drive conducted over 8,200 inspections across 26 states in 3 days enforcement blitz. 2,000 unqualified truckers and other drivers from the road that U.S. DOT's, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, have taken them off the streets. There is a hell of a lot more than that, guys, and it's got to be done. Something's got to be done about it because too much of this is going on. What episode is this about? Can't remember. Okay, we'll get into that here in a second. But here's one. Watchdog releases scathing report on that Talib, whatever the hell her name is. What the hell's her name, that dumb bitch in part of the squad? Rashida Tlaib. Oh, yeah. Guess what? She has ties to terrorist group and warning of potential risk. A comprehensive new briefing document from a prominent nonpartisan research and policy group is sounding the alarm on serious ethical and national security concern related to Democratic Representative Rashida Tlaib and her affiliation with individuals and organizations linked to designated foreign terrorist entities. The conduct of Congresswoman Bitts needs to go, including her rhetoric, affiliation, campaign infrastructure, and ideological alignment with certain individuals and organizations raises concerns about potential risk of the ethical institutional integrity of the United States government. We know this for a fact. You've got Ragtop herself, Omar. You got her. You got all those Bonnie, whatever her name is. You got them all in the squad that are somehow involved with terrorists in some way. As simple as that. But you've got a weak ass Republican Party that doesn't do shit. Yes, Muslim Brotherhood is one. Exactly, Rock. The squad are all terrorist sympathizers. They all belong to that car or care or however you say it. This is the stuff that needs taken care of now, but you don't hear a damn thing about it. That is the problem that I have with everything that's going on. It was planned. Oh, yeah, it was definitely planned, Fix. There is no doubt in my mind this was planned. There's a lot of censorship coming back on right now for some reason, guys, and we got to keep an eye on that. But hey, we're going to get into this now. And the Clintons. Yes, the Clintons. They are trying to dodge contempt by requesting special treatment. They are all installed by election fraud. Absolutely, Dover. You're right, and that is the problem. That is why this SAVE Act has to be voted in. And any Republican that doesn't, they need to get the hell out. As simple as that. They do not vote for this. Why would you vote against protecting our elections to make sure that we have fair and free elections and not have illegals that we know for a fact that are voting? Why would you do it unless you're trying to fix an election? We are being lied to, but both sides of the party, guys. We will be watching this. I don't know. The vote is supposed to happen this week. I just heard not long ago before going on live. So we're going to watch this and find out. If I have to, I'll go on early and bring it to you live if I see it. If I see it. I got a lot of stuff going on, as I told you earlier, but we will see what happens. The law changed in 1990 to allow Muslims in public. I don't know who did that fix, but that's stupid. They should not allow Muslims that think of Sharia law is the new law of the world. It's not happening, no matter what. But yes, the Clintons think that they deserve to be special treatment to demanding stuff like, let me find it. And the committee must agree to a 4-hour time limit. Get this. They're only allowed 4-hour time limit on Bill Clinton's testimony. Bill Clinton must be the one who designates a transcriber to create an opposing transcript so they can fix the transcript to their own manner. The committee must agree to a limitation to the scope of Bill Clinton's testimony. All this stuff. This is what the Clintons are wanting to go on. But now get this, and if you guys can explain this to me, I would much appreciate it. But the Clintons are demanding that a full Epstein document release be ripped, and they want the full document closed. We know it's gone. We know that the so-called client list is gone. But they're also ripping the fact of a closed-door hearing, which makes no sense to me either. Why would the Clintons want a public hearing when it comes to their testimonies? Can anybody explain that? The only thing I can think of is because they've got all these lies planned and they are reversing the script. Thank you, Conrad. That they want to try to lie their way to the American public to put out lies and bullshit. This is what they're good at. This is what the Democrats are the best at, is lying. Sorry. And manipulating their sheep. It's as facts could be. This is what they do. And we cannot explain the truth to these people no matter what happened. Friends of mine, relatives of my wife's, that you cannot explain the truth to going on. They believe everything that they hear from these dumbass Democrats. And you can't explain a thing to them. And that's pretty bad, right? Well, guess what? The View host appear in Epstein files as Whoopi Goldberg has been named the most. Now, when I went through this article, Whoopi Goldberg had the most mentions with 21 references, while co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin is in a close second with 20 mentions. And Joy Behar has just 3 mentions, with Anna Navarro only mentioned twice. But yes, this is, you got your Miss Piggies over here in The View have been mentioned in the Epstein files also. No, we got another problem. But guess what, guys? We got something coming up here in a second that you're going to want to hear. Bill Gates now speaks out on his inclusion in newly released Epstein documents. I don't want to hear a thing from Bill Gates. He's a worthless piece of shit that thinks because he's got money, he can do whatever he wants. But now, guess what? He's apologizing. He's saying the time that he spent with Epstein, I regret it. None of these people regretted anything. Have never regretted a thing until they got caught. So why the hell should we listen to these piece of shit liars? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have spent time with him, but I did. I got diseases off of these Russian girls and stuff, but I'm sorry now. Now because I got caught. Trump still likes Clintons too. Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever, Vic. But these pieces of shit, they want an open thing so they can lie to the American public. Just like when she got caught at Benghazi saying, what does it matter that the Americans got killed? What the hell does it matter now? They're dead. This is exactly what she said. They don't care about American people. How much more do we need to prove that they could give a shit less about American people? Because we are not their bread and butter. The tax money that we spend and that we pay for, that is their bread and butter. They want to continue to take our money. It's as simple as that. But this is Bill Gates. I'm tired of his shit. He's a piece of shit pedophile, and he was on the island over and over again, and I'm so sick of hearing it. Your apologies not accepted. Glenn Beck shocked. 2 bombshells just exploded. The official Epstein death story. People are wondering why everybody's sitting there talking about Jeffrey Epstein and being alive. I have a couple videos on this I'll be showing you shortly. We'll see if I have them all up here. I'm not sure, but I might not even have them all. I tell you what. But people are wondering why. Why? Because they said it themselves. And let me find it here. Glenn Beck was sincerely puzzled by these FBI reports. Inmate at 1039 are not going around the area where Jeffrey Epstein was supposed to be seen. They saw an orange collared shape moving up a staircase toward an isolated locked tier where his cell is located approximately at 1039. Inmates are supposed to be out of their cells that late at night either. But they said that they saw him in a wheelchair, Epstein being wheeled out, and that is coming from I did get that. It's going to be right here. I'm going to show you to you here in 1 second. So I can't give the rest of this story away for you, but I'm going to let you see this here in a second. You will see who it is. Alex Jones and Benny Johnson, and Alex Jones thinks Epstein's alive. Take a listen to this. I had to do a share screen so you guys will hear this. So here we go. I want you to take a look at what they had to say.
There's one very interesting series of DOJ documents that show the investigation and charging of one of the lieutenants that was working at the prison the night that Jeffrey Epstein died. And he said that Jeffrey Epstein was wheeled out in a medical wheelchair and that he was handcuffed to the wheelchair, taken to a transfer van, and nobody ever saw Jeffrey Epstein again. And he thinks they switched him.
I think there's a very good chance Epstein's still alive. I mean, I don't know, but we're being completely lied to. witness protection type stuff. He was a major CIA spy working directly for Bill Barr and his father. I mean, Bill Barr was a young man running Iran-Contra and then Attorney General twice. And we now know from documents that came out that he was with Fannie Willis in Georgia getting the indictments ready before the election in 2024. I'm not saying Epstein's still alive, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't believe any of this. More than anything, he was CIA. And now you have the King Charles's brother now has been detained by the police. He'll be brought in for police custody. I mean, the rats are leaving the sinking ship right now. And I'm not saying we're out of the woods yet, but for God's sakes, Trump saying 3 days ago or 2 days ago, oh, I'm exonerated. Oh, yeah, because they lied to him and said, sir, there's a bunch of lies about you. And plus we can't prove it. So he's like, okay, you know what? No, Trump, this is your victory. This is your Excalibur, but you've got to execute it. And it's yours to lose. Just cry havoc, let loose the dogs of war, to quote Shakespeare. I mean, Epstein went from being a 10, like in Spinal Tap, to an 11 to 100. I mean, it is now just, this is never stopping. It's never going away. And it's emblematic of the collapse of the old power structure where we are right now. So lead, follow, get out of the way. Trump's already the leader. He's totally innocent. Just come out and lead us on a crusade against the satanic pedophiles, the Islamicists, the leftists, the communists, the globalists, the EU, the Chi-Coms, and Trump. We will back you 1 trillion%. We want action.
There's one very interesting.
Exactly right there. Let me get this off my screen first. Shut up. But you heard it right there, guys. And when Alex Jones says something like that, you kind of want to listen. He's pretty much been correct for a long time, guys. So this is all the stuff, and everybody's there going, well, why is everybody talking about him being alive? This explains it right here. We're not getting a true story, guys, and this is what we got to look for when stuff like this comes out. It's as simple as that. Now, on to Ghislaine Maxwell. She told lawmakers that Trump, Clinton, innocent of any wrongdoing regarding Epstein, right? She's also pleading the fifth. And we're going to come back to that in a second. Why would you not plead the fifth when it comes to her? She was supposed to go in front of the Congress. So now she's pleading the fifth. We'll come back to that here in 1 second. UK leader's chief of staff quits over appointment of Mandelson as ambassador despite Epstein ties. The UK is going crazy right now over this Epstein stuff. Oh, yeah, because they've already got the old prince, whatever his name was, Andrew, whatever his name was, got booted the hell out and stuff. Well, he's gone. So it's going crazy over there, over in the UK about all this stuff. But after everything that I just told you guys about the Epstein stuff and Ghislaine Maxwell pleading the fifth, and everything like that, this is going to explain, I don't know if it's going to explain it or not, guys, why she's doing this. But why wouldn't you after you hear this? FBI concluded that Jeffrey Epstein was not running a sex trafficking ring for powerful men, the files show. You heard me right, guys. Was not running it. The FBI poured over Jeffrey Epstein's bank records, emails. It searched his home. It spent years interviewing his victims, examining his connections to some of the world's most influential people. But while investigators collected ample proof that Epstein sexually abused underage girls, they found scant evidence the well-connected financier led a sex trafficking ring serving powerful men, an Associated Press review of Internal Justice Department records show. Videos and photos seized of Epstein's home in New York, Florida, Virginia Islands didn't depict victims being abused or implicated anyone else in his crimes. A prosecutor wrote in one 2025 memo. An examination of Epstein's financial records include payments he made to entities linked to influential figures in academia, finance, and global diplomacy. Found no connection to criminal activity, said another internal memo in 2019. While one Epstein victim made highly public claims that he lent her to his rich friends, agents couldn't confirm that they found no other victims telling a similar story, the record said. So now they're saying that he never had a sex trafficking ring. So all these kids and stuff that were trafficked into his thing that Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for, it never happened. She wasn't trafficking him, right? So why is she in prison? Both Clintons, or maybe all three, both Obama bros too. Yes, they had a lot of evidence, names too, but then somebody redacted it all. Oops, exactly. Prince Andrew, Dersh had to pay up. There, you all got the evidence. Everybody in here is putting it up there. And this is what's going on, guys. Now they're saying that he did not run a trafficking scheme. Why would she say a word now? Because this just came out February 8th. That was yesterday. So why would she say a word? Because she's in prison for what? Trafficking children, right? Well, according to this, that never happened. This is the stuff that pisses me off to no end whatsoever. Because now we're going to get told here that nothing ever happened. No, we're covering for pedophiles. All the pedophiles' names were already destroyed. So whatever the Clintons want to talk about, I don't know, because it's all been gone. It's destroyed. Now the lies cannot be said that they were lies if you say them, right? Because now it's all the truth because you can't prove that it's a lie. But because the FBI center saying that it never happened. Not going to happen. So now we're covering pedophiles in the government, in the Hollywood, and everywhere. We're covering for our pedophilia. Why I tell you that we're being played by both sides? This is the cover-up that to an extreme that's never been seen before. This is not over, guys. I'm telling you what. Something's going to break. Something's going to happen. And like Alex Jones said, he's not dead. He is in witness protection somewhere. I guarantee it. This is the damn problem I have with everything that's going on, guys. And why I said it was going to be an exciting show, this is why. Because of stuff like this that we see that I had a quick glance through as I was trying to get my work in and build everything that way till you see it. I think it's turning out great. But, and I am not a professional, guys. Yes, I used to build houses, but I was never like this. Not to do interior stuff or drywall or nothing like that. So I'm not the best at it. But you guys will get a glimpse once I'm done. And I take a picture every day that I was working on it. I did not get to work on it today because of everything else going on. But the last thing I got for you guys right here was Governor Bucktooth Hochul. And I told you about it, said, here's what exactly she said. New York governor slammed for saying black children don't know what a computer is. This is what you get from the dumbass Democrats. It just continues on over and over again, right? So this Bucktooth bitch should be out. They need to get McDummy out of there. They need to get her out of there. You people in New York better get your asses out there and vote and get these sumbitches the hell out of there. This cannot keep going, guys. Not whatsoever. All right, let me show you a couple of the videos that I have here. Remember that dumb bitch on the music awards, whatever it was the other night, that sit there and talked about stolen land. It's not stolen land. You're not an illegal if it's on stolen land, right? You heard that? Okay. Well, stolen land, you say? Let's just see about that. Take a listen.
Stolen land, you say? Let's run the receipts. How America built its map through purchases, diplomacy, and wins against other powers. Straight facts. We started with the original 13 British colonies, 1 independence in the Revolutionary War. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 gave Britain's cession to the United States. Vermont joined as the 14th state in 1791, no cost. In 1803, the Louisiana Purchase. France sold us the whole territory for $15 million, doubled the size, got the Mississippi and New Orleans. Smart deal. Florida in 1819. Spain ceded East and West Florida via the Adams-Onis Treaty. We paid $5 million, mostly assumed debts. Clean handover. Texas in 1845. Already independent from Mexico since 1836. Joined the U.S. voluntarily. No money, just Congress said yes. Oregon Territory in 1846. Split peacefully with Britain at the 49th parallel. No war, just negotiation. We got the southern half. Mexican cession in 1848. After winning the Mexican-American War, Mexico gave up California, Nevada, Utah, most of Arizona and New Mexico, and parts of Colorado and Wyoming. We paid $15 million plus assumed $3.2 million in debts. Gadsden Purchase in 1853-54. Bought a southern Arizona-New Mexico strip from Mexico for $10 million. Railroad route. Alaska in 1867. Purchased from Russia for $7.2 million. Turned out to be a massive bargain. Hawaii wasn't a purchase like many of the others. American sugar planters and businessmen, with help from U.S. diplomats and Marines, overthrew Queen Liliuokalani in 1893 and set up a republic. After the Spanish-American War made Hawaii's strategic ports crucial, President McKinley got Congress to annex it via joint resolution in 1898. Became a territory in 1900 and the 50th state in 1959.
Whoops, let me put my picture back up here. Can't go without my pretty face. But hey, stolen land, right? But that dumb bitch lives in like a $3 million mansion or a $30 million mansion with big high walls, big gates, cameras everywhere, wire up on top of the thing. But if it's stolen property, give it up. I don't even know who the dumb bitch is, but that whole thing was a joke. I don't watch the award show, but that one stood out, and everybody was putting that out there. They are a joke. I could give a shit less what any Hollywood pissant has to say. What they say doesn't mean shit to me because they don't know nothing about anything. As simple as that. I swear I find out my suspicions about Soylent Green and are real. I'll never eat meat from anywhere ever. There's a lot of stuff that you don't want to do. The Towhead says, would you like some beef jerky or your Hustler magazine? I'll take the beef jerky with the magazine. Thank you. All right. Wait, we got more here. What do we got? Let me see what I got here. We got time. Let me see. Well, I'll save that one for tomorrow. I can't tell if she's more rude and ignorant. I don't even know what this one is. Oh, this is that wrinkle-ass bitch, Chewbacca. You got to listen to this one. I got this one. You got to listen to it. Take a look.
Can you look at the housing stock of working Americans, and can you maintain some level of dignity?
The gentleman's time has expired.
Housing rents are too high. There aren't enough houses. However, one clear reason that the housing crisis has grown worse is that you and the rest of the Trump administration levied tariffs on housing production goods like lumber and steel, as well as appliances. These tariffs will result in half.
Lumber is
reclaiming my time. You don't get to talk.
Lumber is at a 5-year low, Congresswoman.
Reclaiming my time.
Let's just have the facts.
Reclaiming my time. Thank you. However, one clear reason that the housing crisis is going worse is that you and the rest of the Trump administration levied tariffs on housing production goods like lumber and steel, as I said, as well as appliances. These tariffs will result in 500,000 fewer homes built at a time when we need more homes built, not less. Trump single-handedly made housing more expensive. And once again, you know it, as Axios has reported that you were planning to lift tariffs on housing production goods. In addition, the unlawful campaign the Trump administration has waged with ICE and Border Patrol, terrorizing American communities, has also harmed home construction across America. So I ask you, Secretary Benson, Will you be the voice of reason in the administration and urge Trump to stop waging a war on American consumers and on housing or affordability and putting the economy at risk? Yes or no? You don't have to explain.
Representative Waters,
Will you be the voice? Will you be the voice? Will you be the voice? Will you be the voice of reason? Will you be the voice of reason?
A study
yes or
from
no?
Wharton University
Reclaiming my
has
time.
shown
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
Was the mass
Reclaiming my time.
unfettered immigration.
Mr. Chair, will you let him know that when I ask
million
him
immigrants
Time does
took
belong
up
to
the
the
housing
gentlewoman
stock.
from California.
10 and 20 million immigrants
Can you
took
shut
up the
him up?
housing stock of working Americans, and can you maintain some level of dignity?
Gentleman's time has expired.
No, my time has not expired.
Your time has expired. And the
The
gentleman,
gentleman took up my time. I think you should recognize that, Mr. Chair.
the gentlewoman's
He took
time
up
has
my
expired. The gentleman's time has
Well,
expired.
if you want to,
parliamentary
if you want to
Chair,
protect him,
the chair
Mr.
recognizes the vice chairman of the
Mr.
committee,
Chair.
Mr.
Chair, if you
Heisinger.
want to
Parliamentary inquiry.
go right ahead, but I would not expect you to do that.
You suck, jackass!
Stop helping them!
It'd be nice if you did something for the people you protect and serve for once.
Now my mic didn't come on again. But did you see that? I was talking about reclaiming my time, that dumb bitch. Oh, I can't stand these Democrats. This is what they do when they don't want to get the truth out. Sorry, my mic was off again. It did not come back on. That's what happens with StreamYard, and it doesn't kick back on when it's supposed to. But anyway, did you see that? They're throwing dildos at ICE agents. Can we say mental illness at all? And why are we not fixing the mental problem in this country? Guys, you're not going to want to miss tomorrow night's show. It's going to be great. I've got a whole lineup for you guys. So far, I've got some great stuff in here. You guys are going to want to see it. You're not going to want to miss it, guys. But thank you for joining me tonight. I got to keep my glasses on. For some reason today, my eyes are really blurry, and I cannot see. I don't know why. But I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Sorry about being so rampant, but going crazy but it's a fact. It deserved everything, because everything that I've seen has pissed me off. And I was trying to relax and get some work done and stuff, but you can't do it with this going on, right? So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and everything for me. After we're done here, share this video out with everybody. Get them in here to enjoy the show, to get the truth out, because that's what you get here on the Conservative Viewpoint. And that wraps up a heavy Monday night here on the Conservative Viewpoint, guys. But before we go, I want to take a second and truly thank each and every one of you. Whether you've been with me since day one or just joining the family tonight, thank you for spending your time here with me on the Conservative Viewpoint. Your support, your messages, your comments, your commitment to the truth is what kept me motivated while I was away. We are living in a time where it feels like the foundation is shifting underneath of our feet. But remember this, our strength doesn't come from the government. It comes from the Creator. It comes from you. The radical left wants us to feel exhausted. They want us to feel that the $37 trillion in debt that they put us in, where we fight for our election integrity, is too big for us to handle. But they forgot who they're dealing with. They are dealing with Americans who won't back down. As Ronald Reagan used to say, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. Well, this is our generation. This is our watch, and we aren't going anywhere. Take that fire into your Tuesday. Stand tall, love your families, and keep the faith. But don't go too far, guys, because we are just getting started. Tomorrow night, we are diving even deeper. I've got some big news in the inbox that you won't want to miss, guys. It's going to be another interesting show, so make sure you tune in. We're going to pull back the curtain on the latest spending spree in Washington. So much more that you're not going to want to miss it, guys. I'll be right back here in this chair tomorrow night, same time, same bat channel. So make sure you're here with me. And right after the Rebel Chick with a Cause, it starts at 7 p.m., guys. So until then, God bless you all. How about God bless you all? And I'll see you back here live tomorrow, guys. Good night, everyone.